Yo, they call me crazy motherfucking Ace. Straight out of Texas, Monster Squad. I was born in Rosemount, Saint Michel. I moved to LaSalle when I was 8 years old, and I represent LaSalle, Texas. You know what it is, Southwest. Shaped me in a lot of ways. Like, my environment was very family oriented for a while, and then we moved around a lot, so I got to see the upside and the downside of every neighborhood. So, you know, I saw the poverty, I saw the richness. We were more on the poor side, so we'd get pissed off at the rich side. But, you know, you couldn't hate on them either for having money, so that just molded us into being who we wanted to be. We wanted money, you gotta go get it. Ace came from juvie. We used to play cards, and for some reason, for a bit, I always used to have an ace in my hand when we'd play poker and shit. And they'd say I was lucky because I'd always have the high ace. And crazy is just because I'm a crazy motherfucker. Life, everything about it. The good side, bad side, the ugly side, life, death, everything. Fuck. I don't really think I inspire anybody, but if I do inspire some people, I think it's with my respect. I keep it real and say what I gotta say. Can't ask for more. Real, rugged, hardcore, real hip hop. If you were asking me, in my opinion, garbage. Garbaggio. But there's definitely a lot of good shit out there, but sadly the city's sleeping on it, so. The scene right now, garbage. The underground scene, y'all are missing out on a lot. A lot. But I can't talk about that right now. Locally right now, myself. And that's not even being egotistic. Like, no, much love to everybody in the city, but right now, you know, like, you know, the cats that I run with, y'all know who you is. And internationally, right now, underground, I'd say I fuck with Gerila Nems. But if we're going on the mainstream, who's making a lot of noise right now, mylez out of Boston is fire. Locally right now, I'm working with a lot of cats that I wish I'd be working with earlier, so I'm not going to name any names because I'm not talking about any projects right now. But internationally, I think I'd have to say mylez again because man, them fire. Every weird artist possibly can and should. My penmanship, for one. Style. Like, I vary my style now more than just sticking to one baseline. Connecting. Before I was like, do everything by myself. But music-wise, you gotta work with other people, features, different kind of artists. And yeah, evolve as an artist. Don't stay in the same place. That I've released. Whoa. Fuck, that's tough. I think the hardest bar I wrote would probably have to be on 50 bars. fuck the bar. I'm blanking on the bar right now, but something like go for the throat, I rip your jugular out, like in Roadhouse. Because Roadhouse is a fire movie, so you can't hate on that. Everywhere. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, Tidal, whatever you use in any country you are in the world, I'm on it. At handle on Spotify and all streaming platforms is Crazy Ace. You can find me on Facebook at Crazy Ace 123. You can find me on Instagram at crazy.ace.123. And yeah, I don't use Twitter. The biggest one that stuck with me since I was 8 years old is Tony Montana. All I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I'll break them for no one. And the other quote I think I'd live by is probably Exodus 22:24, and that's why I got it tatted on my arm. If you don't know what that is, look it up, because I ain't a preacher. It's tough. It's very tough. But I'm also francophone, so if they talk shit, I can tell them to go fuck themselves because I understand you. But no, it's definitely hard. But you know what? There's a lot of English people in this province, whether they want to accept it or not. We're here. And yeah, if you push and you find those connects to network, you can do something. Definitely. The French scene used to be popping. Now, if I have to speak about it, it's done what the music scene's supposed to do, evolve. But I would say a lot of the French artists decided to do exactly what America's doing, and it's very corny. Like, you have artists that I used to respect because they kept it real and spoke about real stuff, but now they're on stage with like Goofball McGee talking about party and Xannies when we know for a fact you don't do Xannies, you sell them. But it's like, again, who am I to hate, you know, get the bag, right? Engineers, there's a lot of fire engineers in the city. And like, all kinds, like, but we need to separate like engineers from like the beat makers, because there's a lot of beat makers that make beats but can't engineer a track for balls. So really, I'm gonna put it as pick the lane you're in and stick to it. If you're an engineer that can do it all, I mean, good for you. But if you're a beat maker that can't engineer, stick to beat making. If you're an engineer who can't make a beat, don't make a beat. Just mix, master, and make people things shine. But definitely no, there's a lot of good shit in the city, a lot of engineers that I've worked with and respect, a lot that I haven't and I respect, but there's a lot of you out here that should stop faking the funk and be real, because y'all ain't engineers. Stay true to you. And I know that sounds corny, because that's pretty much what everybody tells artists that are starting, you know, stay true, don't let anybody change you. But it's more like, stay true to you and make sure to change at the right time and in the right way that you want, not just change for what people want you to be, because that's when you'll hate yourself and you'll hate the music industry. Like, I've seen a lot of artists, so just keep it real with you and everything gonna be easy peasy. And connect, talk. Don't stay in the corner, because people ain't gonna come to you. Definitely, because people don't understand it. And I know a lot of people are gonna hate about, oh, it's not that we don't understand it, it's just that that's not what people want to hear. Well, yeah, that might be true, but there's a lot of people that do want to hear it and don't want to hear a bunch of melodies and people go, like, it's definitely hard, but it's there. Like, just like there's people who want to hear the melodic, people want to hear the rhyming. So I'm definitely gonna keep doing the rhyming. Yeah, I learned that there's ways to structure songs. Before I used to just write, and I never used to write hooks because I couldn't. I didn't think I could, anyways. And that's when people started telling me, like, you won't be able to sell to a certain mass audience if you don't have a hook. That's what the people want, is a hook. So I've learned how to structure a song. They're like, listen, you can't write 20-bar verses and have a 4-bar hook and 3 verses. Like, it's not gonna work. Nobody wants to listen to a 5-minute song. So, I've learned to structure songs, structure my writing, and yeah, I've learned a lot, but that's definitely one of the biggest things that helped me a lot in my career, is building my songs, because again, nobody wants to listen to like a 7-minute song as much as I want to make one. Well, if we're taking it to a literal, my last meal would have been Portuguese chicken poutine. But if I had to pick my last meal, I think I'd be good dying on an empty stomach, because I know my grandmother waiting for me up there. And the lasagna gonna be fire, so yeah, I'd pick empty. Flipping burgers. Well, nah. If I had to pick, I might take a shot at comedy. Some people think I'm funny. I like to make fun of people a lot, but I definitely couldn't work a legit 9 to 5. I can't. I never have, never will. So yeah, maybe comedy. Are we talking like Montreal or like of all time? Well, definitely you gotta bring Pac back. You gotta put Pac. He's gonna bring that 16 that's gonna destroy. Master P. Master P is gonna be on the hook. He's gonna have it bumping. Then on the beat, I would either put Beats by the Pound or Daz Dillinger. For the second verse, definitely Free C Murder. He's gonna destroy that. Then we'll bring down the feature from the East Coast. We'll put some KRS on there, because man can slaughter anything, East Coast, West Coast. And then for a fourth verse, I throw Mad Lion on there. Won't that be a fire track? Shiee, that's a good one. A few years back, it was Blue Dream. That's when I made the track, Blue Dream. I was smoking it practically by the Q. Right now, I think I'd have to say, I smoke so many strains. Death Bubba's pretty fire. But recently, my homie, who hooks me up with the good, fell onto this rare strain called UW Black 84, which is a strain that was grew by some students at the University of Washington. It's fire. It's fire. It's an unknown cross hybrid, and it'll rock your socks off. So yeah, UW Black 84. Look that shit up. Pac. Any Pac song. I could literally put any Pac record in, and it's like, you can't be down. Like, you just gotta get out there and do it. So, any Pac record. not many moments I want to relive in my life. Maybe, fuck, I don't know, nothing much. My life's pretty awesome, so yeah, I can't pick one that I'd want to relive specifically. Too many shout outs, but I'm gonna keep it short. Shout out to the homies at Monster Squad Studio for holding me down. You already know Sammy Skill and Gerila G. Shout out to the homie ShhFilmed for having me here. Shout out to the homie Showbiz. We'll shout out Bamboo Twigs too, because you know he'd be down with the dogs. Shout out to fucking Drug Profits, because they be holding me down with the gear. Shout out to Chrisella and Flint down at the 514 Online Mix. Shout out to the baby brother K Smiles, who be holding it down. And fucking, if I mention your name, don't take it as a diss, because you got love from me. So yo, shout out to the Southwest most def.